your friend falls in love and you're just so excited for them because they deserve it. They deserve the world. That's how I felt with Harris, and I've never even met him. Keep watching to find out what book I'm talking about today. Hey you guys, it's Denanyoh, and today we are talking about Harris and Troy and Heated Rivalry and my favorite books. Hey, today we're talking about the book Role Model. The author of the book is Rachel Reed. The genre of the book is fiction. The theme of the book is contemporary romance and literature. All right, so I don't know if she has a master board somewhere where she has this character. Make sure you mention each of them at least 3 times in every book. That's one of my favorite things about Rachel's writing, because she mentions all of the characters that have been featured in the books in every single book. It's just that you're reading it and you're like, I don't know how important Harris is. I don't know how important Kip is gonna be. I don't know how important Kyle is gonna be until you get to their books, right? This one is my 3rd favorite book, and I know that sounds weird. My number 1 book in the Game Changer series is Game Changer. It was the one I read first. I read the book before I watched the show, so I didn't fall in love with Shane and Ilya first. Game Changer is phenomenal. I've read it about 5 times already. Then The Long Game. The Long Game is book 6. I couldn't get all the books in order, so I went books 1, 2, 3, 6, and then 4 and 5. Heated Rivalry I'm reading, and I love Shane. The Long Game, I fall in love with Ilya. I was like, absolutely yes. Harris is so cute. I love that he smells like apples. I love that he comes from this big loud family. I love that he has a crush on Troy, and then he's like, I can't believe I get to see you. I can't believe. So as you can see on the cover, Harris is taking a picture of him. He is the social media guy for the Ottawa Centaurs. Shane ends up switching to the Ottawa team from Boston, and so you do hear about Troy in The Long Game. When you're reading The Long Game, that was what I had in my mind. I was like, okay, he's here for Shane. He's here so he can be away. Cool. And so with Harris, I already knew that he ended up with Troy, but I knew about it from Ilya's perspective when he would have conversations with Troy, or when he would talk to Troy about a game, or when he would see Harris looking at him, right? So then to meet him in his own book, I was like, I like Harris. I want to be Harris's friend. Harris is a goofball. At one time in the book, Troy even says, how did I fall in love with such a weirdo? Like, Harris is me. He does what he wants to do. He's quirky, he's silly, he's laughing, but it doesn't mean that he hasn't dealt with things in his life, right? So Harris is rounder. I think they call him Fluffy. He might call himself Fluffy. He is not built like a hockey player. He's not. He's the social media guy, but he also has a scar on his chest from having heart surgery. And so that's the part that he's self-conscious about. He's not self-conscious about his weight. He's not self-conscious about his size. He's not self-conscious about the fact that he doesn't have a hockey butt. He is self-conscious about that part. He knows Troy looks good. He's seen him in the locker room, right? He's not ogling the men because he's there for work, but like, he's attracted to hockey players. Finding out that Harris has decided to be a fun guy. He's decided to be jovial. He's decided to be silly because he's dealt with a lot of things, and he's had a lot of people watching him and trying to make sure that he's protected because of his medical condition. For him to find Troy, for them to get together, Troy does decide to come out, so now you have another person who is openly gay playing hockey, and it's really, really good. I think it's interesting because I read the books out of order. I wonder how I would have felt if I read this before reading The Long Game, but I didn't, so we'll never know. But I love Harris. I hope he and Kip become friends, and I would love to see them hang out because they are both 2 goofballs. So, and Troy in this book. I did give away spoilers, but I didn't give away the entire plots, okay? Nothing more than you can see on all the covers and stuff about the apple pins and all of the things. So let me know, have you been reading the books in the Game Changer series? Have you watched the show Heated Rivalry? And what do you think about them? Because the first 2 books were so overwhelming with their yearning and desire. You're just like, oh, I know I felt that before, but oh, it's so beautiful to read. And now these books are like, oh, it's 2 people who find each other, and like, what are the odds, right? Troy gets transferred from one team to another, and he's brokenhearted. He's not looking for anyone, and he happens to find this goofball with a huge family who's too loud, and it works. And so Rachel literally writes books for everyone. Everyone. If you're the overlooked guy, or if you're the attractive guy who's had their heart broken and you can't tell people about it, like, you can find yourself in all of her books. So, all right, let me know if you've enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Is his name Eric? Troy, thank you. There's a lot going on in Ottawa besides winning football.